Hey guys, good morning, it's Rick here. It's a beautiful day here in South Georgia. And on today's video, I'm gonna talk with you about the mistakes I made using my TPMS system and the resulting failure that it caused on my tires on my Airstream. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. Man, I tell you, what a beautiful day here, mid-March. Birds chirping, about 60 degrees here in South Georgia. Beautiful day to get outside and take care of some maintenance on the Airstream. Lisa had to run off into town to go run some errands. She left me here at the camper to take care of a few maintenance issues that I wanted to address. But as I mentioned in the intro, I wanted to talk with you and share some of my lessons learned from a recent mistake that I had made using my TPMS system. So as you guys may know, if you followed our channel for a while now, I'm a very strong advocate of using a TPMS system anytime that you're traveling with your Airstream or RV or whatever it is that you have, and making sure that you have this installed on your tires so you can monitor the tire pressure. We've been using the TST brand TPMS system, and it's worked great for us. Haven't had any issues with it other than not too long ago we replaced all the batteries and the sensors. If you're not familiar with the system, it comes with, you can buy these separate sensors that you then screw onto the tire valve stem on your rig. And what it does is it reads the pressure and the temperature within your tire and sends those readings to the display monitor that you keep inside your vehicle with you. It's a great device. It'll let you know if you're having a tire that's going low on air pressure. Also, it tells you if your tire is overheating. And all of this is to help prevent any type of blowouts, so you have time to react, to get over to the side of the road and then assess the situation and make any repairs that it may be needed, such as just changing into your spare tire. But here recently, when I was doing some other maintenance, and you may have seen one of my other videos that I had done when we were down in Florida, where I was doing some maintenance while we were on the road. I was doing a tire rotation, and when I was rotating the tires, of course you have to jack the trailer up and then rotate the tires front to back on both sides and so forth. And as I was doing that, because these sensors are programmed for a specific tire location, I had to go ahead and remove the sensors off of the wheels. And as I was doing it, so I noticed that two of my tires, as soon as I took the caps off, the valve stems were leaking air, and not just a little bit, but quite a bit. So I came to realize my mistake and my failure in that over the last 10 months while we've been traveling in the Airstream, I had left the sensor caps on those valve stems, and the resulting problem was that I caused the tire stem core to fail. The spring that's inside of that valve stem has been compressed for so long that once I took the caps off, they would no longer extend and retract and create a seal on that valve stem. So my problem is now I've got two valve stems that are leaking, and I need to replace those cores. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you the tools that you need to do that repair and kind of take you through those steps, and hopefully we'll get this issue resolved. But more importantly, hopefully you've learned from my mistake and my lesson learned is that if you are going to use a TPMS system, only put these sensor caps on your travel days, and once you get to your final destination, go ahead and remove them so you can take that pressure off of that valve stem core so you don't have the same problem that I've had. So again, that's kind of the problem, and that's the mistake that I made, and I'll take you through all of those steps as I replace the valve cores. Okay guys, so to do this repair, you're going to require a few tools and an air compressor as well. So I happen to use the Viair air compressor. I carry that in the back of the truck at all times. I've had to use it on a few occasions just to air up some tires, but it's a great investment. Highly recommend the Viair air compressor if you don't already have one in the back of your truck or somewhere on your rig. The other things you're going to need, of course, are you're going to need some replacement valve cores. You're going to need a tool to remove the valve cores, as well as then you're going to need a tire pressure gauge to go ahead and ensure that you put the correct amount of air back into your tire once you take out the valve core and install the new one. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and remove the valve sensor off. And as you can probably hear some of the air leaking out. But we'll go ahead and let all the air out of this tire, and then we'll go ahead and replace the core and move on to the second tire after we air this one back up. So now that we've got the cap off, all we got to do is let some of the air out of the tires so we can go ahead and remove the core. We'll fast forward through this part. Okay, so we got all the air out of the tire, as you can see, pretty flat. We'll go ahead and pull out the old core stem and put the new one in. Okay, so as you're inserting in the new valve core, you want to make sure that you don't over tighten it and torque it down. You can strip out. I think I just had a branch or a leaf fall in my mouth. These are solid steel valve stems. They're not the rubber ones. And the reason why we use those is because they can support the weight of the TPMS sensor when you're driving down the road. If you use the rubber valve stems, you're likely to get a valve stem failure from that as well. Okay, so now we've got the new valve core installed. So now it's just a matter of putting some air in the tire, bringing it up to the appropriate PSI, and then moving on to the next tire. Okay guys, so now that we've got it aired up to the appropriate PSI, and for my rig it's 63 PSI, we'll go ahead and check it with the tire pressure gauge. Yep, right at 63 PSI. So I think we're good to go on this tire. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next tire. All right, so we got the second tire changed out, got it aired up. We'll go ahead and check the tire pressure on this one as well, and we should be done with this task. Yep, 63 PSI, just like the back tire. So we are good to go. Okay, so our last step to complete this task is to go ahead and put the valve caps back on these valve stems until we're ready to move again, and then we'll replace those valve caps with the TPMS sensors, and should not have this problem anymore. Hey guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you found these tips and tricks to be useful. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to our channel. We would love to have you follow along with our journey. Also, if you like this video, please consider giving us a thumbs up. Really helps us out a lot. And also, if you have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comments section below. If we don't hear from you, hopefully we'll see you down the road.